Well, hey everybody, I'm Gina Caputo and I'm back with another yoga snack for you. Today's snack is all about taking care of your wrists, wrist love. For any of you that practice Vinyasa styles of yoga, power yoga, Ashtanga yoga, you're going to spend a lot of time on your hands. Think downward dog, plank, chaturanga. Also, hand balances or arm balances, right? And in all of those positions, your wrists are in extension. So I think it's really helpful before you practice to have a little regimen where you warm up wrist extension and also activate the muscles of your hands and forearms. So I'm going to share with you my favorite pre-practice wrist love, and then I'm going to give you my favorite post-practice wrist love, which will be counter poses that almost all include wrist flexion. So the opposite of what we do a lot of in the practice. All right, so let's start out. This is the pre-practice wrist love, warming up extension and the muscles of your hands and forearms. So we start out on all fours, hands and knees. And I'd like for you to think of your hands. The two end points are the heel of your palm and then all of your fingertips. You're going to use those end points. So here on hands and knees, I've got my weight pretty evenly distributed between my two hands and my two knees. And I'm just going to take a nice and easy breath in. Now as I exhale, I'll shift forward so my shoulders start to come over my fingertips and I push down into my fingertips. And then back. Forward, I'm going into more wrist extension, push into fingertips, and back. We'll do 5 of each. Forward, push into fingertips, back. You can start going a little further, but this isn't about pain. One more. And back. Okay, then rotate your hands to point out. Fingertips point out. Similar movement, except we're going to go side to side. So we go into more wrist extension on one side than the other. So take a deep breath in. As you exhale, shift to the left, push into your left fingertips. Center. To the right, push into right fingertips. Center. Left. Right. Left. Don't forget to push into your fingertips. Right. You can explore going a little further, but please don't go so far that you create any pain. To the left, to the right. Let's do one more round. Left and fingertips, right and fingertips. Now rotate your hands so that your fingers point towards your knees. This is going to be an enormous stretch of the underside of your forearm. Take a deep breath in, so you're in the heels of your palms. Then as you exhale, shift back, push into your fingertips. You may not be able to move very far at all in this one. Please don't think there's anything wrong with you. Shift back. You want to keep the heels of your palms down. So it's not as interesting to shift back and lift your palms, the heels of your palms. Go on back. Pay close attention to the sensation you're experiencing. So it never goes into pain, but you're for sure feeling a stretch. One more. All right, and then turn your hands back around. So now you just did wrist extension in 3 different orientations. Now let's see if we can turn on our hand and finger muscles as well as our forearms. So still on all fours, you take a deep breath in. As you exhale now, push into all your fingertips so that your palms come up. Some people call this cupcake hands because I guess it makes the shape of a little cupcake. And lower down. Push into fingertips and lower down. And if it takes you a few rounds to wrap your brain around how to make this happen, please embrace that process. You can always do a few extra once we're done. I'm going to do one more here. Now, if this is plenty challenging and you're trying to wrap your brain around it, stay with it. If you want to up-level it a little because this feels kind of easy to you, walk your knees back a bit. So now you're moving almost towards a knee plank situation. So here we take a deep breath in And I've got more weight in my hands, so that was quite a bit harder. And you'll really notice which hand and forearm might be stronger for you. Yeah, this is plenty hard for me. Let's do one more. So there's a lot of difference between here and here. And remember, there's a lot of incremental spaces in between. I've walked my knees back quite a bit. You could take them back much less. So those are the things I like to do pre-practice, the stretches of extension and then the activation by coming up in these little cupcake hand pulses. All right, so then we do our practice. Oh, it's wonderful. And then once you're done, you've done a lot of wrist extension. I like to do a post-practice wrist love. And I suppose my all-time favorite is that you turn your hands over, knuckle side down, palms up, knuckle side down. So you've got like two high five hands facing you. On an inhale, press all your fingernails down. So you've got your hands out like two starfish. And then as you exhale, curl your fingers into a really weird little fist. Now you're in wrist flexion. It's the opposite of what you warmed up, and it's the opposite of what you did through a lot of that Vinyasa Power Yoga Ashtanga class. Couple more. Press down through your fingernails, curl into a fist. Fingernails, fist. All right. You can also turn your hands. So I had them turning in with fingers pointing towards each other. Here you can point your fingertips towards your knees, still in wrist flexion. Try to keep your arms as straight as you can. Deep breath in. As you exhale, sit your hips back any amount and ooh-wee. It probably won't be much amount. This is a big stretch of the top of your forearm. Back off, drop in, pass into your fingertips. For now, it's your fingernails because that's the side of your hand that's down. Back off the gas. One more. Oh yeah, that one is intense. And so you can always do some good old-fashioned wrist circles, like flamenco dancer yoga. And then last, I want to show you my newest favorite. This one I'm really loving because you can feel the muscles that move your hands and fingers all like start out in your forearms. So having a nice stretch or a nice activation of your forearm muscles can make a huge difference. I really feel this one in my forearms. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Okay, so those last two we just did are post-practice wrist love. Here's the last one I want to show you. You turn, let's say, your left hand over so that your fingers are pointing towards you. So it's just like the one we did before, but it's just one of your hands. And then make a fist with your other hand. Press your fist into your palm, so you're pinning it down, right? Now, I hope you can see this. Rotate your forearm while you've pinned your palm down. You don't have to go fast. I might be going fast just for the video, but when I'm doing this on my own, I'm usually like, And then, of course, don't you dare forget the other side. Pin down, and then it's like a forearm screw, it's like making the action of a screw. It's like you're screwing it into your mat. Forearm screw might have just sounded really weird, but hopefully you know what I mean. So those are my post-practice favorites. There's the funky fists, there's the sit back, there's the forearm screw. One that I didn't give you that I love doing with the funky fists is just upside down piano. I like just playing a little upside down piano. Then I do press fingernails down, curl in, and so on. So I hope those are beneficial to you. We just overlook them, our wrists, and yet A lot of the practices we love ask so much of them. So I hope that you'll start to incorporate a little pre-practice wrist love and a little post-practice wrist love into your life, and let me know how it goes. I'll see you next time with another tasty yoga snack.